Okay, so Dr. John, can we have a conversation about Dr. Carlson?
Yes.
Okay, so in the beginning of the film, where was Dr. Carlson?
The beginning. He was in the OR.
And what was he doing?
He was performing a surgery.
Okay. And when he was there performing a surgery, did he receive a letter?
No, he didn't.
Did he receive an email?
No, he didn't.
What did he receive?
He received a call from his colleague, Dr. Mark.
And what did Mark say?
Mark said he needed to see Ben in his office.
And what did he say about a special needs case?
He said that he had a special needs case had just come in.
Right. How did Dr. Ben reply?
He replied that
He would go
he would go
as soon
as he was done for the surgery.
Obrigado, amigo.
Oh, muito obrigado.
Que viajão que eu sou, cara.
Pô, mas que legal o cara, hein?
Tu nem pra me ajudar, né?
Que legal o cara, né?
Demais. Can you believe that we drove all the way up?
Yeah, it's incredible.
And
Because May we can do a test. If this or another copo garrafa,
other cups or
other cups, do this similar that
no.
this.
I think we were lucky. Okay, but listen. So Dr. Carlson said he would go
As soon as he was done
with that surgery.
with that surgery.
Okay, right. Then after that, there was a moment in Dr. Mark's office,
Yes.
and then Dr. Mark explained about the babies, about the way the babies were born. Do you remember what he said? They were born by cesarean,
Oh, they were born by cesarean
3 months
3 months before,
before, and against all odds,
and against all odds,
they were still.
alive.
Okay. What did Dr. Carlson say about babies like those? Remember, he used the term occipital craniopagus.
Oh, the babies was an occipital craniopagus twins
Had never
and had never
both.
both survived the separation.
Right. Did the physician in Germany, did he know that?
Yes, he knew.
He knew that, right?
Yes.
He knew that.
Yes, he knew that.
Right, okay. Now, when Dr. Carlson was at home, he was playing pool. He was playing snooker
Yes.
with his wife.
Yes.
What kind of future did Dr. Carlson predict for the babies? He said
That
something.
the babies,
If they were not separated,
if they were not separated, they would go.
they would spend
They would spend
the rest
the rest of their lives in bed on their backs.
on their backs. Okay. At that moment, his wife interrupted him.
Yes.
And do you remember what she asked him?
Yes. he asked him if he was gonna perform that surgery.
Right. And how did he respond? Do you remember what he said? He said that nobody
Oh, he said that nobody
had ever.
had ever done that.
And in situations like that,
In situations like that, one baby always died.
okay. Before he said that in situations like that, one baby always died, he said something about what the hospital wants.
Yes, the hospital wanted him to fly to Germany.
And
Wanted him to fly to Germany
and
examine them.
examine them. Okay. So then he flew to Germany, right?
Yes.
Okay. When he arrived in Germany,
Yes.
who welcomed him to Germany?
A doctor.
A doctor, the German physician, right?
Yes.
So he welcomed Dr. Carlson to Germany. And then, who did he introduce to Dr. Carlson?
He introduced the babies and the parents.
And the parents. Okay. Now, the first person to talk about that was the mother of the babies. Do you remember what she said?
She said that she wanted to kill herself.
But then she realized something, right?
Yes.
What did she realize?
She realized that if
she killed herself,
if she killed herself,
she would be
killing the babies too.
two other beings too, right?
Two other beings too.
Okay. And what happened to her as soon as she saw the babies, as soon as she saw them? What happened to her? What happened to her heart?
Her heart melted.
Her heart melted, right? Okay. And at that moment, the father asked Dr. Carlson not to do something. Do you remember what he asked Dr. Carlson?
Yes. The father asked him for not to ask them to choose the babies.
Between the babies.
Between the babies.
Okay. Can we do it again? Because now you know the story. You're very comfortable with the story. Can we do it again?
Yes.
Okay. So in the very beginning of the story, where was Dr. Carlson?
Dr. Carlson was in the OR performing a surgery.
Right. When he was there in the OR performing a surgery, something happened. What happened?
He received a call from his colleague, Dr. Mark.
And what did Dr. Mark say?
Mark said he needed to see Ben in his office.
And what did he say about a special needs case?
He said that he had a special needs case had just come in.
A special needs case had just come in. Right. How did Dr. Carlson respond?
He responded that as soon as he was done
with that surgery, he would
go.
Right. And then he went there. When he went there, Dr. Mark explained something about that special needs case. It was about the babies, right?
Yes.
What did he explain about the way the babies were born?
They were born by cesarean, and he was an occipital craniopagos twins.
Right.
Had never.
No, but wait a minute. So first he explained that they were born 3 months before, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what was it? A natural delivery, or was it a cesarean?
It's a cesarean.
Right. So they were born by cesarean 3 months before, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And were they expecting? I mean, the doctors and the parents were they expecting the babies to survive?
No, they weren't.
They weren't, right?
Yes.
But against all odds, against all odds, they were still
alive.
They were still alive, right? Okay. Now, at that moment, Dr. Carlson, when he looked at the X-rays,
Yes.
he understood that it was a case of occipital craniopagus twins.
Twins. Yeah.
And then, what did he say? What kind of observation did he make about occipital craniopagus
He
twins?
said that occipital craniopagus twins had never both survived the separation.
Wow. Had never both survived the separation,
Yes.
right? Okay. Now, when he said that, how did Mark respond? What did he say about the German physician?
He said that the German physicians knew that.
He knew that, right?
Knew.
Okay. Right. So, back at home, when he was talking to his wife, he explained something very important. He explained that if the babies were not separated,
they will spend the rest of their lives in bed on their backs.
okay. His wife was impressed by that, right? And then she asked him a question.
Yes.
What question did she ask him? She asked if he was.
She asked if he was gonna do that surgery.
Right. How did he respond? Do you remember what he said?
Responded that
Nobody
done that. Never done that.
Nobody had ever.
Done that.
Right. And that in situations.
And that in situations like that, one baby always dies. Or it always died.
Always died, right? In situations like that, one baby always died.
Yes.
Okay. But he also said something about the hospital. What the hospital wanted him to do.
The hospital wanted him to fly to Germany and examine them.
Right. Did he fly to Germany?
Yes, he did.
Okay. When he arrived to Germany, in Germany, who welcomed him?
He welcomed him a doctor.
A doctor, right? The German physician, right?
The German physician.
The German physician welcomed Dr.
Yes.
Carlson to Germany. And what did he say? What did the doctor say about how much they were, how excited they were about his arrival, about his coming to Germany? Do you remember what he said? That they had been anxiously
awaiting for his arrival.
Very good. And then what did he do? Who did he introduce to Dr. Carlson?
He introduced Dr. Carlson, the babies and the parents.
Right. Okay. Okay. And then after the introduction, the first person to speak was the mother, right?
Yes.
What did she say? She said. What did she say that she wanted to do? What did she want to do?
She wanted to do.
Didn't she want to kill herself?
Yes, she wanted to kill herself.
When she learned?
When she learned
the truth.
The truth.
Okay, but then she realized something, right?
Yes.
What did
she realized that if she killed herself, she would be killing two other beings too.
All right. And then what happened? As soon as she saw them,
her heart melted.
Her heart melted, right? Okay. Now, it was at this point that Dr. Carlson actually was asked a question
Yes.
by the father. The father asked him something. Do you remember what the father of the babies asked Dr. Carlson? He
The
asked,
father asked Dr. Carlson not to
ask them.
ask them to choose between the babies.
Okay. Wow. You know that you are a different beast, right?
Yes, I know.
You know that, right?
I know.
You know that you're not normal, right? Because your
Yes.
memory is...
I'm very special.
You know that, right? That you're definitely a different beast.
Yes.
Okay. Which song do you want to sing? Choose a song that you like to sing. Is it Mama? Is it the Mama song?
Wait a minute.
Frank?
No.
I'll always love you. My way.
No. I don't know. I don't sing this, but I can listen to this music.
Oh, you want to listen to the song? It's called Midnight Oil.
Yes.
Midnight Oil is the name of the band, I think. Oh, Beds Are Burning is the name of the song. You like it?
Yes, I like it.
If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, this is an Australian band.
Oh. Good, cool.
I think.
Very cool. But it's very close
Uh-huh.
to the Cure.
You think they have a similar style?
Yes.
Para não vai entrar 10 passos, yes.